Okay, so this should be working. Sorry, hopefully I get the settings right. All right, so I'm going to be unmolding my pieces for my skeletal hand bracelets. These are molds that I made myself. So got a light. I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see pretty well. So I actually hand sculpted all of the pieces for the bones themselves. So you can kind of see the shapes. I went as close to anatomically correct as possible. I actually used a diagram, medical diagram, in order to sculpt these, so they should be as close as possible. But these specific ones, the middle bone pieces, the parts that'll be the fingers, are just 2 layers, but the fingertips are all embedded, and I have these little sliced shell pieces embedded in them. So I thought they would look like bones, or they should have a kind of a cool effect. So that's what we're working on right now. So this is the first one. So I don't know if you can see that very well. My camera just does not have very good. Here, just a second. Sorry about that. Okay. So maybe the light will be better. I don't even know how to do this. I do not have the best setup for this. I'm sorry. But I wanted you guys to see, so you can see the piece inside there. This is a semi-translucent surface on this. And that's what I was trying to do with all of them, is have a semi-translucent surface. So there's just the tiniest bit of white in the top part so that you can see the pieces inside there and see down to the bottom. So I actually did pretty good. So I can kind of see the layering in there. Let me see if I can get when I get the light behind it, actually works fairly well. I don't know if you can see that. I really need a better camera. I am sorry. But you can kind of see it there. It has the layer. So there's a milky layer over the top, and then there's the deeper, more bone type color on the bottom on these ones, which is what I was going for. They're not super clear and see-through. I wanted it to be just a hint, so it looked like you're actually seeing bone inside. See if you can see that. You can see some of the clear see-through part through the light there. That actually turned out pretty good. Wanting to make sure that my screen is visible there. They have a nice milky color with still being able to see somewhat through them, which is good. That's what I was wanting it to look like. There's a little bit of extra resin on the side on this one. I'll smooth that down later. Can you see that piece in there? I don't even know. Yeah, that's a little better. You can see the color difference, so you can tell that it's in there. So these are one of the sample sets I decided to do to test out for a custom order I just got from over in Cincinnati. I'm really liking the way that looks. It's almost a kind of a ghost-like look to them.
Well, that red. He's big. He's animal.
I'm going to see if I can bring that camera closer so that maybe get a little bit better view. Try for that. Okay. I might have to adjust the light a little bit. See if I can make it so you can see a little bit better. Obviously, I'm not used to doing this.
Oh, you need to look at the number so you can repeat it.
I think on some of those you can kind of tell. Okay. So these bones have the two different layers to them. There's the milky clear layer on the top of it. So I'm going to try and see if I can get any better of a view for you guys.
But he has the most shoes.
Oh, that's just washing it out. Okay. I'm not sure how to let you see that. Let me see if I can get my...
What about this?
Okay. Sorry. Alright.
Yeah, that mini box and that big box.
Oh, that's not really helping either, is it? Darn it.
What? There's yellow, blue, green.
Okay. Well, I will have to figure out how to do that some other time. I'm not used to doing live videos yet. This will be actually the first one that we are doing so far, but I wanted to get some of this on video with you guys so you can see at least some of what we're doing. So these are the wrist pieces, and again, I hand sculpted these two to make these molds. And these have the shapes as close as I could get them to the actual wrist bones, while still making it feasible to use for a bracelet. And these ones are just the solid bone color that I was going for, without having any of the clear or semi-clear milky part. I really want to get that to show better. See if I can get another angle maybe and try. Oh, that's a little bit better. Okay, so I don't know if you can see any of the detail. Kind of. Like I said, I don't know how to make my camera zoom or work very well for that, so we'll have to figure that out or get a different camera at some point. But for right now, this is what I have to work with. But so this is the wrist bone piece. So this will actually go here in this general area, and then each of the bones layer along the fingertips, going down to the actual tips of the fingers, which are these ones with the embedded pieces of shell. Oh, hey, you can see that one a little better. That's good. So this one has the bottom layer here that's got that more solid milky color for the bone color, but then the semi-cloudy part there, there's just a little bit of white alcohol ink in there just to get that a little bit cloudy to keep the overall color, but still show the shell piece in there. And I actually really like the way that one turned out. You can definitely see that one. See if the camera will pick up these other ones. Oh, that's a little better. So these are the fingertips, and each of the fingertips here have these little shell pieces embedded in them. And there are various different sizes, and wanted to make sure that I had bones of pretty much any size I would need in order to make the skeletal hand. So you can see that that's not the typical number of fingertips that would be on a single hand. But these ones are all the embedded ones. So you can kind of see the pieces inside there. I think those look pretty good. I think those look like bones pretty decently. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do those look like they have bones inside them to you? That's what I'm trying to go for, at least. So that's the fingertips. If I could get this to look a little bit better in the camera. There's a little bit of flashing on each of them because I just pulled them out, but let's see if I can get a decent angle. You can kind of sort of see the layering there. So right here is the layer of the darker bone color, and then above that is that milky clear to just match the rest of the fingertips. And then here is what connects to the wrist piece. So it's pretty close to the same in appearance, and they should look pretty decent with each other, I think. So the custom order this time wants to have the left hand, so that'll be this one, and they want the wrist piece to be covered in Swarovski crystals. So I got these ones to go with it. So these are going to be coating. My goodness, the camera's not even showing that very well. Ugh. So there's the slightest hint of almost a purplish reflection color in this particular set, which is what my client decided they wanted. So that is what's going to be completely covering and coating this part, as well as having some probably on part of the fingertips, or else maybe some of the other fingers. I'm not sure. It depends on if they like what they're seeing here. They might just leave this as it is. Or I'll have to do another set, which is fine. That just means that somebody else will get this set. But since I have them here anyway and they need to come out too, I'm just going to demold these. This was my extra leftover resin that I just added purple to for the color. And these will have flashing. These will need to be trimmed. But these have a really pretty sparkle to them. which of course my camera is just not going to want to show you. Go figure. I can see the shine. I don't see the sparkle. Let me know if you guys can see the sparkle in that. I don't know. I'll see if I can turn my lamp again. Oh, we got a little bubble there on that one. This was right at the end of the resin, so it was already starting to cure a little bit when I put it in there. So there's a couple little tiny bubbles in that. That's not bad though. And there's a couple of them in this one too.
Oh, she has an arrow on her toe.
So those two were the last ones that I actually did anyway, so this does not surprise me at all that I have that couple of little bubbles. Let's see if I can get a better angle without totally washing out the view. I don't know, can you guys see any sparkle in that? I can definitely see shine. I'm not seeing sparkle on my screen.
Uh-oh.
You can just ignore the flashing. That'll be trimmed off here shortly. And still.
That one has the mini box.
See if that one does any. Well, you can see the facets on it at least. Because this one is not just straight round. I think they called it a D shape for this one. It's the smooth ring. This one is the faceted one. So you can see the little facets there. Those at least reflect. I don't see the sparkle in it from the camera, but it is very sparkly. There's a gold shimmer inside that with that super pale purple color. Like I said, I'll go through and trim those later, but I wanted to see if I could do a decent at all video to show you guys some of these bone pieces. I don't think any of those are going to show you. I mean, there's kind of that goldish color, so maybe you can see it better on your screen. I don't know. For me, it's just not showing that shimmer on there. But I definitely can see the shells inside of these fingertips, which is pretty cool. Maybe I just have to keep things at a distance for you to see some of it. Yeah, well, even let's see, the layering then has to be closer. I don't know. I've got to learn this. So, if you guys were to have a skeletal hand bracelet made, what color do you think you would pick? Would you want it to be translucent, see-through? Or would you want it to be more opaque, solid color you can't see through? Would you put anything inside them or not? Go ahead and let me know in the comments.